This overview of the steps and tools to support root cause analysis should take about 15 minutes to complete. Action planning is the final major component of Colorado's Unified Improvement Planning approach. This includes identifying major improvement strategies. For each major improvement strategy, planning teams must identify specific action steps. This presentation will provide background on how to identify action steps associated with a major improvement strategy. Action steps are a series of related actions that are how the major improvement strategy will be implemented. They must be defined for each major improvement strategy. Action steps are associated with timeline, resources, people, implementation benchmarks, and status. Implementing all of the action steps that are included in a major improvement strategy equals implementing the major improvement strategy. The table depicted here is part of the action planning form in the final section of the Unified Improvement Planning template and in the online form. An important note about external vendors. If the district or school will employ external vendors as part of their major improvement strategies, the plan should include the following: major activity undertaken by the external vendor, timeline for those activities, resources that will pay for the external vendor, and implementation benchmarks for the activities of the external vendor. While it may not fit seamlessly within a major improvement strategy, some action steps are required to be included in unified improvement plans for schools to be in compliance with federal and state statute. First, schools that participate in federal programs, specifically those that receive funding under Title I of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, are required to include certain action steps related to parent engagement. Those requirements are specified in the UIP quality criteria. In addition to State READ Act, included a provision related to action steps that must be incorporated in school improvement plans that address the needs of students in grades K through 3 who are identified as having significant reading deficiencies. How can teams develop the action plans associated with a major improvement strategy? One approach involves using a force field analysis. A force field analysis includes these 3 steps. The first is identify driving forces that are in place within the school and already support the major improvement strategy. The second is identify restraining forces that are in place within the school and don't support the major improvement strategy. The third is to prioritize restraining forces. Then the team should identify action steps that would eliminate or weaken the restraining forces, starting with the highest and moving to the lowest priority restraining force. Ken Lewin developed force field analysis. He describes it as a mindset and a way of thinking about change. If you think of change as a dynamic process that generates energy and movement in individuals and in organizations, then change can be viewed as a dynamic between forces seeking to maintain a status quo and forces seeking to drive the status quo to change. When driving forces are the stronger force, change moves forward. When restraining forces are stronger or equal to the driving forces, movement can be blocked or stalled. What does engaging in a force field analysis related to a major improvement strategy do? It helps people to think together about all the facets of a desired change, develops consensus as an environmental scan, enabling participants to articulate key dynamics relevant to an upcoming change, aids in comparing the positives and negatives of a situation, encourages creative thinking, promotes agreement about the relative priority of restraining versus driving factors, and it provides a starting point for the selection of action steps. When should a force field analysis be used? After major improvement strategies have been identified, when it is unclear which actions to prioritize, when planners want to put new actions into the existing context, and when a team wants to maximize the success of a new venture, either by approaching change from the perspective of driving forces or reducing restraining forces. How is a force field analysis conducted? Number 1, select a major improvement strategy. Number 2, brainstorm a list of the existing forces or factors that support or are driving the school toward the strategy. Number 3, brainstorm the existing forces or factors that are holding the school back or driving it away from the strategy. Number 4, clarify, explain, and reach agreement on the items that have been charted. Number 5, eliminate duplications and combine items as needed. And number 6, Rank the restraining forces from most to least important. Can be done individually and combined, or as a group. Then the team can begin to identify action steps by addressing the items with the highest ranking numbers. This sets the stage for developing action steps. Next, the team should start with the highest priority restraining forces, working towards the lowest priority. For each, identify action steps to reduce or eliminate the restraining force. Then for each action step, to determine timing, when it will be implemented, person responsible, and resources that will be used. All of this information will be captured in the school's improvement plan.